Всем доброго времени суток, это канал 40+11. Как и обещал, продолжаем играть Come Deliverance. Надо в темное время суток нужно ходить с факелом, чтобы не нарваться на штраф. Интересно, почему? Даже самая наилучшая одежда может потерять свою привлекательность, если ее прячет разбитый доспех или покрывает свою грязью и кровью. Угу.
I'll be right there.
Greetings to you.
Музыкант.
Excuse me.
Стражники ходят, что-то тут. Могу открывать вообще? Не хочу ничего красить. У меня есть возможность поработать?
Have you come to break some more stuff? Greetings to you.
Ладно, не хочешь, не надо. Так, что еще здесь есть? Так, это я уже разговаривал. Что тут карта меняется?
Oh, I just remembered.
А, ничего,
I
она не
really
может.
better go. Thank you.
Good luck.
Получается попрошайка. Интересно исследовать деревню. Так, а ты кто, человек, кто здесь?
God bless.
Паденщик. Только ограбить можно. Угу. Не хочу никого грабить. Тут дома.
God bless.
Служанка. Там кузница, да?
I'm all done in.
Что здесь? Колбасы. Замок. Корова.
Greetings.
Жена мясника.
What's that noise?
Служанка. Тоже служанка. Это кто? Паденщик. Точильный круг. Свое колющее или режущее оружие вы можете отремонтировать, заточив на точильном камне. Это позволит не тратить набор для починки и сэкономить на деньгах за ремонт. Процесс заточки. Осторожно перемещайте лезвие оружия по крутящему колесу, сохраняя правильный угол. Space. Крутить точильный круг. Так, перемещать оружие по точильному кругу и менять угол наклона. Если от лезвия летят искры, то вы точите его правильно. Если же от лезвия идет дым, то вы портите оружие. Когда оружие будет заточено идеально, Индра вам скажет.
All done.
Да, сказал, да. Я его заточил. Прикольно. Пойдемчик. Ну, вообще непонятно, что тут делать. Ну, ладно. Так, здесь какой-то круг я, короче, использовал, да? А, вот, точильное колесо, коптильня, мясник, сушильня, тросковица. Гнездо. Портной. Подсказчик по местам. Так, идем туда. Я бегу.
You won't believe this. The whole village burnt to the ground. Hell on earth. Just a few days'
happened?
walk from here. You have to hear this. In silver skallets, they say. Without warning. attacked by-
Keep the peace, and you won't have any problem.
Купец.
Welcome. You can buy everything you need from me, but excuse the selection. A few days ago, when I was returning with new goods, the horse got spooked and my wagon tipped into the pond. I salvaged some things, but the rest is now in the pond.
Were there any valuables in there?
You bet. Lord Simeon ordered all sorts of delicacies and precious spices from me for the wedding feast. And for Taylor Bartishak, I was carrying expensive fabrics to make dresses for the occasion. If you only knew how much coin I spent on this.
And where did the wagon tip?
On the roads near the Katchak Pond, beyond Zhelyov. You can still find it there. I can't tell you how much it still pisses me off. But what can I do?
I'm sorry to hear that.
Me too. But what can I do? So, what will it be?
I wanted to ask you, what's on the other side of that nearest hill? I'm not from here, and I'd like to get my bearings. You look like a merchant to me, so you
Кто там
probably
за
know best.
холмом?
Yeah, natürlich, you're not from here. Everyone around here knows that after what happened in Betty's Tavern. Aber das ist deine Sache. That is your business, lad. Also, what do you want to know?
Where can I find a church round here? I'm surprised you don't even have a small chapel in the village.
If you want. Die Rettung deiner Seele, junger Mann. You have to go through the forest to Jetzt and to St. Katharinen. Herr von Berger does have a chapel in his castle, but it's not for commoners like you. We do not go there either. Und warum auch? The gravedigger Ignatius takes care of burials outside the village, and weddings usually take place without a local
С переводом пошло
No
не
one
то.
wants to pay the church more than they have to. Das ist ja wohl klar.
Can I find other merchants around here?
Zum Glück nicht, junger Mann. I'm the only merchant here around Trusky. Oh, natürlich. There are plenty of tradesmen here who sell their goods. There is Bartosz, the tailor. He lives at the other end of the village. The apothecary, Emmerich, lives across from me. They are hand in glove, or more like hat in hat.
What do you mean by that?
Nichts weiter. Just that they play at being educated men.
Как будто немец
Along the
или кто не может
prescribed
нормально
They're
говорить.
always studying some Latin tracts. But of the three, perhaps only Geibel knows Latin, if he really does at all.
Is there anyone else here?
Oh, yeah. Beyond the tailor's house on the edge of the village is where Bashka the butcher lives. Opposite the Rathaus is the carpenter. The rest of the villagers are just peasants, and you are already familiar with the tavern.
Where do you go for wares? What's the closest town?
The closest is Sobotka, the biggest Gichin, what you call Gichin. And farther north there is Turnov. Half of that one belongs to Herr von Bergo.
Is it far?
Das kommt darauf an. It takes all day on foot. Wenn du was brauchst, the goods I have here will have to do you. I do not think you will get to the town anytime soon.
Интересно он говорит, конечно.
Is there anything I should avoid around here?
Certainly. Stirring up trouble and sticking your nose into other people's business. Here in the village, we don't care much for outsiders. If any do come, they better behave.
I understand that, but we were ambushed by bandits. So I wanted to ask if you know anything about that.
Ach so, ich verstehe. The woods have been full of all manner of rebel recently. That is all because of the war. Verdammte Schurken.
So you've already heard about these bandits?
About those ones in particular, or about others. They are all just gleichen Scheißkerle. Every time I go to the town, the bailiff must send an armed escort with me. It makes life difficult.
So the roads aren't safe?
Ja, das kann man wohl sagen. Herr von Bergo should do something about it at last. But Herr Otto spends more time in Prague than here. And Chamberlain Ulrich... Ach, lassen wir das.
What do you have for sale?
Так, ну у него то же самое получается, что и там было. Набор броника. Два, капюшон рудокопа. Ну, у меня есть набор кузнеца, набор стрелка. Ну, прикольно. Так, 1-2, торговаться.
Let's talk about the price.
Natürlich, kein Problem. Why, you'll convince me with that price? Du wirst sicher zufrieden sein. Bis bald.
Охранники еще здесь. Не, я не хочу красть ничего. Всё, спасибо. Алхимический стол. Это вот куда идти мне надо. Пешком пойду, что ли? Что такое тросковица? Лев на гербе, это что такое?
Keep the peace, and we won't have any problems.
God be with you.
Герб. Кто это такой? Рихтаршдрост.
Excuse me, I'm looking for the man who was in the pillory with me yesterday. Have you seen him?
I can't help you with that. You'll have to find him yourself.
I'd like to buy something. Where can I find some merchants around here?
If it's a tradesman you're after, most of them live here in the village, of course. Your best bet is to ask our merchant Jörg. He knows everyone. I'm sure he'll help you.
What's new in the county, Master Bailiff?
I heard something's going on in Takov again. Project the Innkeeper is probably coming up with some mischief to pull on the Zhelyevites. Will they never cut it out? Their bickering is making work for me. And now I've been visited by one of the local peasants. He said he found more fresh graves behind his field, just below the village, along the road to Nabokov.
What do you mean, more? You sound like this isn't the first time.
That we found someone buried here? Don't even ask. I've been digging up bodies ever since that bandit gang started running rampant. Most of them are von Burgo's men. Also, if it wasn't bad enough that gang of bandits is rampaging through the region, now someone's stealing cabbage from the peasants. What a disaster.
Cabbage?
Капусту?
Aye, and the peasants won't stop bugging me about it. I was just visited by a peasant from Jadar. He's been talking my ears off for God knows how long. Say, do I really have to do this? Do I have the time to look for some moron stealing cabbages? And that's about it.
That sounds interesting. Thank you. What's new in the county, Master Bailiff?
I was just visited by one of the local peasants. He said he found more fresh graves behind his field, just below the village, along the road.
What do you mean, more?
That we found. I've been digging up.
Так, капусту, говоришь, кто-то ворует. Писарь?
What will it be?
As the local scribe, you know a lot of things, right?
I'd say so. In this province, not a squirrel farts without my knowing.
Right. So, if I needed to get something, you'd certainly be able to tell me where, right?
Depends on what you're looking for. Don't involve me with anything dishonorable.
No, don't worry. I'm just looking for some armor.
Да,
Armor?
доспехи.
Well, Unless you want to join von Burgau's retinue, I don't think I can help you. But try Radovan, the blacksmith in Takhov. He might at least sell you an iron helmet.
You don't know of anything better?
Aha! So, the good man is a connoisseur, eh? And how would Prince Brunswick's armor suit you?
Whose armor?
Oh, it's just a local legend.
Что за легенда?
What legend?
It's hard to explain. There are actually 2 legends, or even 3. Well, it doesn't really matter. Why are you so interested anyway? Fine armor like that belongs in the hands of a knight.
That may be true. But even the finest armor has to pass through the hands of the master blacksmith who forged it. Well, I might be only an apprentice, but that's all the more reason I should take an interest in such things and learn something.
Aiming a bit high, starting with knightly armor, aren't you? How about starting with horseshoe nails, eh?
Excuse me?
All right, no need to lose your temper, I'll tell you. In short, they say the armor of ancient Bohemian Prince Brunswick is hidden here, waiting for some valiant knight to find it. I don't believe it, of course. After all, I'm educated. But you'd be surprised how many fools have set off to find it.
Who exactly was this Brunswick?
You don't know, lad? Educate yourself. Brunswick was a famous Czech prince who won the lion for our country's coat of arms.
Really? How is it that I've never heard of him?
Perhaps because he never existed. Prince Vladislav II got the lion for our coat of arms for helping Emperor Frederick I, known as Redbeard.
But you just said that...
Brunswick is just a legend, but a quite lovely one, I'll give you that.
Could you recount for me the legend of Brunswick?
Well, why not? Brunswick was a valiant Bohemian prince. He lived in a time when our country had an eagle on its coat of arms, but that wasn't good enough for him. So he decided to head out into the world and gain the mark of a more powerful animal.
A man after my own heart.
You may think so, but his wife was none too happy. Her name was Ludmilla, and she begged Brunswick 100 times to stay home, but he just couldn't be persuaded. Still, he loved her very much, so he took her ring and told her that unless someone came and showed her that ring during the next 7 years, she should wait for his return. But if he failed to return after 7 years, that would mean he would never return.
And what happened next?
Brunswick's party set out to sea, but didn't get far. They were drawn in by an island with a mysterious mountain of amber that holds all ships and prevents them from leaving. Over time, the men on the deserted island died of starvation, leaving only Brunswick, who noticed that once a year a great bird called No came to the island to hunt. And so the clever knight hid in his horse's hide at just the right time. And when the bird came, it mistook him for prey and carried him away. So Brunswick wandered on. After some time on the road, the prince came across something unprecedented. A duel between a lion and a 9-headed dragon. So, what do you think Brunswick did at that moment?
Well, considering what he later added to the coat of arms, I expect he helped the lion, eh?
Smart. Brunswick rushed to help the lion, and together they killed the dragon. And from that time on, they were stalwart companions. The lion even followed him all the way back to Bohemia. Except, by then, it was already too late. It had already been exactly 7 years to the day since Brunswick set off on his journey. His wife, Ludmilla, who had until that time valiantly resisted all suitors, was about to remarry. But at the wedding feast, Brunswick managed to drop the ring in her cup. So it all turned out well. For Brunswick, that is. Not so for Ludmilla's new groom, but the lion took care of that.
Where did Brunswick's armor come from?
It is said that George the Lion of Württemberg brought it here. He was the nephew of Lord Chenyek of Württemberg, who built Trusky. This George spent a lot of time with King Wenceslas. A suspiciously long amount of time, if you know what I mean.
I don't understand.
Don't worry too much about it. It's just an old wives' tale. And it is said that one day, a lion escaped from the king's menagerie, and George overpowered it with his bare hands and laid it at the king's feet, still alive. As a reward, Wenceslas gave young Württemberg the name Lion and the armor of his ancestor, Prince Brunswick. Only Sir George didn't live to enjoy it for long. He caught the plague at a tournament abroad, and died on his way back to his king. Specifically, while visiting his uncle here at Trusky. Of course, the king wanted his armor back, but Lord Chenyek didn't want to give it to him, claiming he had the hereditary right to it. It looked like Wenceslas would lay siege to Trusky, but fortunately Lord Chenyek was completely destitute by then, so he sold all of Trusky and the armor to the king.
Какая длинная история, капец, недаром он писарь.
Chenyek was broke. How come?
Because of building his castle. Trusky may be impressive, but it's too expensive for a nobleman. Even the king had difficulty paying for such a castle.
Well, if the king was so endeared with Brunswick's armor, why did he leave it here?
Because he didn't have any choice, my friend. He never found the armor. Lord Chenyek was as cunning as a fox. While he did leave the armor here, he never told anyone where. It's said he hid it so it could only be found by a true knight, each piece in a different place. Or so they say round these parts. Who knows if there's any truth to the tale?
And do you know where I could find Brunswick's armor?
Yes, lad, if it even really exists. But I do have a little bit of advice for you. Sir Chenyek, who they say hid the armor, left behind a riddle. It's a test that must be passed by whoever wants to find it. Do you want to hear it?
Боже. Ну давай.
And how did that riddle go?
Wait, how was it? I've got it. Take your leave of crone and maiden, standing tall behind the gates. Boldly go towards true midnight. In caverns cold your prize awaits. Pass through the all of forest kings, hidden deep from hunter's gaze. Standing tall, 2 guards of stone, behind whom yearned for treasure lays. Between them stands a mighty rock, a subtle niche, yet deeper still, a place to give one's art to
Ё-моё,
God.
вот это что-то
Behold,
замудрили.
my armor gleaming still.
Uh-huh. And that was supposed to help me, eh?
Answers come to the wise, kicks to the stupid.
The crone and the maiden towards midnight. We've got east, west, midday, midnight. Well, thanks a lot.
Hold on, I'll give you something else. Sir George, who previously owned the armor, wanted to have a nice poleaxe made in Prague too, but he died of the plague before he could do it. I'm not too certain about Brunswick and his armor, but this is certainly true because I have a copy of George's order here. Here, take it as a keepsake. And now go.
Так, понятно.
No bullshit. Just right. This year, the village prospered.
Wait. Is this supposed to be a chronicle?
Is that a problem?
Oh, I'm not a chronicler. Why want a raise for this responsibility?
You want what?
More money.
Do you want me to tell everyone about the time you were drunk? Did you hear about what happened at the big wheel? Yelling about how you were Sigismund of...
Открыть замку. Если у вас имеется отмычка, вы можете начать взлом замка, удерживая Е. Следите за размером указателя. Чтобы найти правильное положение отмычки, указатель станет золотым, когда вы будете в нужном месте. Начинай поворачивать весь замок с помощью D и удерживай отмычку в правильном положении. То, насколько это будет тяжело, зависит от сложности замка. Поворачивай, пока замок не откроется.
Damnation.
Да, яма, как ты так-то? Все, использовал свою последнюю отмычку. Так, ясно. Пойду я к свежим могилам скажу, посмотрю, что там. По дороге надо идти. Да.
Don't cause any trouble. Got it?
Greetings.
Охотник, что ли? Ловчий. Не поговоришь толком, когда он едет. Ты кто? Гонец.
What happened to you?
I'm in big trouble.
How so?
I lost a letter. A very important letter. I was supposed to deliver it to my master by tonight.
What was in the letter?
I have no idea what it said. For one thing, it was a secret, and for another, I can't read. But it was my master's beloved who sent it. That's why it was so important.
Oh, so it could just as easily have been a lewd verse.
I don't really care what was in it. The point is, I don't have it.
Do you know where you might have lost it?
I haven't the faintest idea. It must have slipped out somewhere along the way.
Would you like me to help you look for it?
There's no point now. I've been on the road for 2 days as it is. We'll never make it by tonight.
You should have been more careful with it. Losing the one thing you're supposed to deliver.
I know. So I forgot to check my bag this morning, all right? But now it's gone, and I'm fucked.
I have to be going. I hope you find the letter.
Me too. Because if I don't, I'm in for a lashing.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Wait!
I have an idea. Punch me in the face.
What?
Smack me in the gob. I'll say I was ambushed on the way and they took the letter.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. I'd rather take a couple of punches from you than a lashing from my master. I could tell you to stop when I've had enough. But he wouldn't. So you get why it's better for me to be slapped around by you, right?
Very well then. Defend yourself. Or not. It's up to you. You ready?
I am. Yeah. Oh! Ah! 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 Oh! Ah! Oh!
All right.
Oh, oh, that was rough.
Do you think that's enough?
Oh, I definitely. I'm sore all over.
Смешной.
Oh, my mouth most of all.
Glad to be of help then. Take care. I'll need to get a spade first.
Нужно лопату, да?
I'll need a spade for this.
Так, нужна лопата, я понял. А где это письмо потерял-то? Малохольный шоу здесь где-то.
God be with you. You must be parched. What say you have a drink with us? What did I do to
God be
you?
with you.
Матуш.
I don't have a lot of time, but I'm always up for a game of dice and a flagon of wine.
I hear you. Never any harm in that. Anyway, that's about all we can do right now, bugger it. Nothing for it but to perch here and wait for our tree.
What do you mean for your tree? You're waiting for it to chop itself down?
Actually, I mean, wait until we can get to work on it.
What's your actual line of work?
Me and Yira here are axemen. We make our way round the mills fixing their wheels.
Yeah, and spending half the day sitting by the wayside, eh?
Whoa now, laddie. It takes a lot of walking to find the right tree. There's a lot more to it than you think, bugger it.
But what's the hold-up with your tree?
In short, we found the perfect oak for a new mill wheel. Only some horsens set up camp beneath it for the night. And now we're waiting for them to haul arse. Bugger it.
Why don't you just send those reprobates packing? You've got hands like shovels, and you're scared of a few vagrants?
Vagrants? Hell, man, they're armed to the teeth. They'd kill us, bugger it. And don't stoke my fire, lad, else you'll see what these shovels of mine can do to your face.
Ну, давай поборемся.
Come on then.
Let's see what you're made of, lad.
Go fuck yourself! Not like that, for fuck's sake!
Sakura, you're a gutsy fighter. I'll give you that. Thanks. Next time, keep your arms closer to your body. You'll be more agile that way.
All right, I get it. That was a pretty good fight, wasn't it?
Yeah, but once was enough.
Definitely. Safe travels.
Нормально взяли, подрались, короче. Учебный меч. А мне лопата вообще нужна. Он сказал про лопату. А здесь можно спать. Лагерь у дороги.
Go fuck yourself!
Прикольно.
What was that supposed to be? You take that! Go on, parry.
Так, что тут по поводу деревьев? Чего они тут боятся? Какой лагерь? Какие разбойники? Это что такое? Да ё-моё. Ах ты. Так, я отогнал их. А что с ней? Так, ну все. Ее, она никак, да, не реагирует. Ну, извините, она не жива, что я могу сделать? Так, а кто какой лагерь кал? Кто на них? Что не дают им? Вообще непонятно. Да, по дороге пойдем, ладно. Ты узнал, где гнездо. С этим гнездом делать? Непонятно. Да я не хочу я тебя грабить. Так, это что такое? Здесь можно спать. Здесь можно кого-то закопать. Интересно. Ну ладно, пойдем дальше. Так, там внизу что? Какая-то деревенька. Что проведать, посмотреть? Здорово. Желев. Это желев, да? Здесь можно спать. Много места, где можно спать, да, просто.
You smell like a pig.
Ну, воняет, надо помыться. Ой, что-то раздевается.
Hey, you can't just walk around here without permission.
Все, я ушел.
That's right.
Туалет.
Blessings to you.
Так, интересно, конечно, все это изучать. Но пока экшена никакого нет.
Oh yes, that ointment.
Are you looking for something?
What was that
Yeah.
sound?
Лида.
You reek. You ought to be
Да я только что мылся же.
Are you in need of something?
Извините. Хочу здесь делать нечего.
Oh, what a stench. Gather round, good men, so you can avoid danger. Hear what I say about the greatest evil of all. The one called woman. They look like angels on the outside. So gentle.
Так, понятно, короче, тут что ничего не понятно. Это повозка пошла. Чем так себе это поселение. Мне кажется, без лошади я слишком далеко ушел. Пойду я собаку отыщу. Ну что, пешком же можно. Красивая, конечно, природа. Что-то за населенный пункт. Персонаж, задание вместе. Давайте украсть. Интересно. Могу украсть лошадь.
Good day.
The finest of our cities. And oh, the lovely wenches there. How I'd love to stroke their...
What do you want?
I'll have a look at your wares.
Я продать хочу. Тут только еду можно.
Why are you wasting my time if you don't want anything then?
They spend their wages at the bars.
Greetings. Do you need something?
I'll have a look at your wares.
Да мне нечего ей продать.
Shafts are damp, and wealthy blokes they welcome in their mob.
What are you two talking about then?
Ah, a peasant like you would never understand.
Watch your mouth, you impudent dog.
Or what? You'll smear it with that excrement under your fingernails? But let's bicker no more, stranger. Perhaps you can be our judge. What's your name?
My name is Henry.
Then sit, noble Enrico, and give your verdict on our dispute.
Aye, don't be shy. Come and sit with us.
It's Henry. H-E-N... whatever.
Ah, any tanner or bathhouse boy could be called Henry. Enrico is nobilissimo.
Oh, for the love of God. Will you just tell me what you were discussing?
Ah, it's just that my dear friend George here is a vulgar louse who knows as much about the art of poetry as a baying donkey.
To tell the truth, my last encounter with verse didn't end all that well.
Really? Come on, let's discuss it over a beer.
Man to man, poet to poet.
Well, I wouldn't exactly say I was...
Sit.
So, are you going to tell me what you're talking about?
It's about nothing less than the very essence of the art of poetry.
And also about the fact that Michael here hasn't got his oats for ages and it's got his brain in a twist.
Kindly ignore our friend George here. He's been a simple soul ever since he was dropped on his head as a baby.
Freedom. I figured out poetry ain't to be found in inspiration from the muse. All the truth in the world is right there in ale, roast pig, and fucking.
To the point where fornication
Что
and
показывает-то,
drinking
интересно?
leave no time for actual composing. Better to forego the pleasures of the flesh and give oneself to art.
Что с камерой случилось?
Onorate l'altissima poeta.
Aye, aye. Keep your hair on, mate. As I said, he's not in his right mind. He once met an Italian poet, and ever since he thinks he's Dante Alighieri.
Alighieri, you dolt. So what do you think, Enrico? Where should a poet seek inspiration?
Well, I rather doubt it's to be found in beer or some wench's cleavage. Those might be nice to look at, but an artist should seek inspiration in higher things.
My very words. Let's drink to that.
However you look at it, you, my friend, as a worldly...
And highborn.
Да ё-моё, что такое?
Experienced.
Intrepid.
Unique.
In short, just the right fella.
You might be able to help us out with something.
What are you after?
Enrico, we are in need of an adventurer.
My name's Henry. H-E-N... something...
In short, Enrico, we're in need of an adventurer, a man of action, a man of goodwill, a man of knowledge, a man.
A fucking good fella.
A fellow who helps his fellow man. Aspiring minstrels.
If only you knew, mate, what genius is sleeping in our throats. Songs just waiting for a voice to raise you to the heights of glory.
Imagine it. An ode to Henry, the hapless, hoe-wielding hero, harassing the heartless hordes of,
My God.
Humans?
That's it! Hark, Henry the Lionheart! The only thing missing for you to achieve glory is...
A loot! We need a loot!
Лютня.
All right, but where would I even get a thing like that?
In the words of the poet, una volta corre il cane, e una altra la lepre. He who seeks shall find, or something like that.
And finding it won't be hard. We've done a bit of snooping, and there's only one in these parts.
It's hanging all forlorn on a wall at the carpenters in Troskovitz. The house directly opposite the Rathaus.
It ain't no use to him, but he won't sell it, the tight ass.
While if it were in our hands...
In our hands, it will sing like a nun on Sunday.
And it will be the torch lighting our way from this provincial purgatory to the gates of Kuttenberg.
Torch? Shit, you want to fucking burn it?
It's a metaphor, you ignorant oaf.
All right, I'll see what I can do. Please just quieten down for a bit.
Good day.
So, how does it taste? Today's batch turned out well, eh?
Royal the Kuttenberg treasury in that fine...
Greetings to you. How can I help?
Show me your wares.
Interrupting my train of...
Maybe next time. Mind where you're going.
Are well aware... of the silver...
Так, постоялый двор.
Greetings.
Так, пошел, взял лошадь и свалил отсюда. Купальни.
Greetings. What'll it be?
Have a
Торговать.
look at your wares.
Ух ты, сушеная календула, химия. Питьевая вода. У меня 13 всего, да?
Maybe next time then. How can I help you?
I need to take a load off.
What'll it be this time, Henry?
I'd like to get to know one of your pretty bathmates.
Don't worry. Once my girls get their hands on you, you'll forget all your sorrows. At least for a little
Это
while.
интересно.
I can't wait.
Excellent. Pay up and we can get started.
65. У меня 13.
Nah, that's too much. I won't pay that much for it.
I'm offering honest services at an honest price. But suit yourself.
My body is in need of
А
rest
самое
and
дешевое что?
relaxation.
Certainly, my baths are at your service.
I'd like you to give me a good scrub and take care of my clothes, please.
All right, but money up front.
25.
Let's talk about the price.
Certainly, no problem.
Я дам 11.
Let's talk about the price.
Certainly, no problem.
Nah, that's too much. I won't pay that much for it.
I'm offering honest services at an honest price. But suit yourself.
Капец. Как дорого. 25 самое дешевое, у меня 13.
And maybe it wouldn't linger on if you got boozed up before bed and then gave your bishop's hat a good polish.
It's a metaphor. It's what
Так, лошадь. Ага, фигушки, здесь чел стоит теперь. Пристав. Так, ладно. Еще час, еще 1 час в этой игре. На этом сегодняшнее прохождение закончено. Особо ничего не сделал, но что-то новое почерпнул. Всем всего хорошего и увидимся.